Your queens.
Alright, we're live.
All right. Welcome, everybody. The time is 6:30 on July 21st for the Select Board meeting. We're going to start, as usual, with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And a quick roll call. Dave Hemingway, Chair of the Select Board.
Ronald Herrick.
And our third member is not able to be here as he is out enjoying his vacation. So that brings us to rules and procedures. We only have one person. I don't think this will matter, but we follow classroom rules. Announcements. Do we have announcements?
I have a few things to speak about, and these I think are maybe more for the select board, but I think it's interesting for everybody.
Okay.
We have been working on some things on our goals, and I'm very pleased to say that the handicap ramp out of the hall has been repaired. We're waiting for the new back door and frame, because the door all needs to be replaced.
Mm-hmm.
We are also waiting for the ADA improvements downstairs, the railings going up the ramp.
When you say waiting, are we waiting for quotes or are we waiting for the person to do it?
We're waiting for the person to do it.
Awesome.
And he gave us some very good service. It was fast, and I expect it's gonna be done soon.
Now, will he repaint it?
I'm talking about inside the building.
Oh, okay, not
Now,
this ramp.
the ramp outside.
I just saw it new.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I had him replace a few of the boards that needed to replace. It does need painting like everything else. He suggested we needed to have the entire ramp replaced, which we'd have to send that out to bid, because that's going to be significant.
Mhm.
And we don't really have the funds this year to do that.
And I think if we were going to do that, we should also consider slightly different locations for the ramp and a more permanent metal style graded ramp, so you don't have to have shoveling all the time and stripping off all of the paint and the sanding, the like sand texture paint and everything else.
Maybe even a different configuration.
Right.
You know.
Because all of those things, depending on what option ends up being the best, could make it at least a whole lot less expensive to maintain going forward.
Right. Agreed. The other thing is the stringers have arrived at the bridge.
They look fabulous.
And so that project is really coming along. I have a construction meeting tomorrow, and I think that they're ahead of their schedule. I think part of their schedule was built with the idea that on a worst case scenario, and fortunately it's gone very well. We have received request number 1 from the government as far as paying us back.
So not just a letter this time, we actually got the check.
We actually got the cash, yes.
Very
That was
good.
pretty exciting. And we are
Or as
waiting
I always say,
for,
easy come, easy go.
we're waiting for 4 more requests, which is significant money. It's about $1.5 million money we're waiting for. We also have, I guess I already said that, I'm sorry. So, that's coming along. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I'm waiting for VHB because the right-of-way has to be applied for differently than the construction and the preliminary work. So I'm waiting for them to put that together, because I don't have what the government needs on that.
Does anything cover any of the portions of land that needed to be purchased as opposed to just the right-of-way
Yes.
easement changes?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So
That's probably yet another way that they have to handle it. So
well,
I'd ask.
again, you have to do it differently, and it's covered and there's a way to do it, but you have to have the right answers.
Yep.
To be able to do it. And finally, I will be going on vacation on Wednesday, and I'll be gone through next week, and be back in time for your meeting on the 4th.
Have
Oh,
fun.
And I'm looking
Nice.
forward to it.
All the time.
Have fun, don't fall off any mountains.
No, I'll be very careful.
All right.
Jesus, they don't jinx them.
Yeah. Russ will be in charge.
Oh, God. Oh, that was.
All
that was
right.
teasing.
Any further
We're in good
announcements?
hands now.
I agree with the no vote.
All right. So then, I guess that moves us on to appointments. Unless there's other.
I have
All
nothing
right.
else, no.
So appointments, come on down for Guy Board Hill. It looks like this was supposed to be 2, but,
I put
Well,
David in here. just-
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if it was primarily myself.
okay.
Yep.
So I will, I guess, just let you go ahead, because we kind of know the backstory, but we'll let you, say what you wanna say.
I guess there's not a whole lot new to say, other than that we have sought counsel. So yeah, just kind of picking up where we had left off. You know, I don't really have anything that jumps out that I feel like we need to point out before we get into
Okay.
some of the recommendations that were made or the letter that was drafted.
Yep, so I looked briefly at the letter from the attorney, or the attorney's office, or I'm not sure what their status in their firm is, but there were a couple things that were interesting in there to me, in that I think a couple things may have been slightly misconstrued, so I'd like to try to clear those up and make sure that everybody understands it, because there were some open questions in that letter from legal. So I guess I kind of wrote something up. I'll go through it quickly, and please feel free to stop me or ask a question or comment afterwards or whatever.
Okay.
So anyone who's been part of these discussions in the past knows Guideboard Hill continues to come up. This is not due to an issue with the owners, nor the town, but the really odd state of the road and the recreation area. It's a Class 6 road, which means the town can't appropriate funds to maintain it. It is true, though, as the legal letter points out, that it could be designated as an emergency access by the town to allow for minimal maintenance. The portion not quite correct in that legal letter is the description of what emergency access maintenance entails and the Class 6 roads that the town believes are applicable and how that is. I believe this was a contextual issue from a description given by the road agent and fire chief during a prior discussion about this or another road for emergency access ways. The legal letter seems to imply that the town believes only roads for ATVs and similar can be maintained. However, at least in my memory, the way it was discussed was that in all other cases, the town only maintains a road up to the point that it can get a rescue or fire UTV down the road, not that all roads must be limited to that use quality. In any case, the real point here would be that other emergency access ways are maintained only to that type of access, and most people have expressed not wanting them to turn into full-fledged roads. And doing a different level of maintenance to full road standards for an emergency access way wouldn't make sense. Not declaring access ways to maintain a road as normal was also actually a warning by NHMA back when I took their hard road to travel course, though admittedly that was several years ago now. The big elephant that causes issues here, as stated, is the recreation area. And as the legal counsel representing the residents here stated, they didn't know that it's not the town's, but the Army Corps', and the town does not run programs there either. The Army Corps is responsible for the maintenance and upkeep of it, and have the jurisdiction in their finances and budget to be able to also maintain access ways to that area. However, there is a big master plan revamp and possible repurposing going on at this time by the Army Corps, as being conducted by them for that land. At this point, I believe they've asked for comments before a suggested update to the master plan, which has not come out yet, and then an operational plan as well, as they're splitting the existing master plan that has both operations and use into the two sections. When available, those will be open for public comment again at that point. I believe the most appropriate thing would be for the town to write a very official letter that we appreciate the recreation area, but that if they're going to run it and continue it, they should also maintain this common access point, or should take steps to disallow access from that access way when they continue to use the other side. And part of that is also going to be that if they don't, then we would have to post the road for local residents only. So no through, no access, no parking, etc. And then we would be ticketing and sending police up there anytime there's additional cars parked at the end to use the recreation area. We don't think anybody really wants that outcome. Nobody wants to have like random tickets and people getting mad and everything else. So the best thing is, of course, if they just take care of the access way that they're trying and intending to use, if they continue to use the recreation area.
Is that to get to that area, that's the way that most people go in, right? Cause
It's the only way in.
oh, I thought the other access would be by,
There's kind of other long ways to sort of do it, but the direct access is through their road.
Cause there is access, off of Bridge House Road.
right.
And
And
I believe all of this has come up in the past.
Yes.
Right.
Including the ticketing,
Yep.
trying to get Army Corps accountable. I was here for that informative meeting they had. It was kind of a pass the buck. Talk to the select board. You can put in your recommendations, but talk to this. It's just, I
Yep.
feel like we're running around and around. Believe me, I didn't want to spend the money on a lawyer. It was just kind of like, what do we have to do to take this to the next steps?
Yeah. So, also, an alternative has been provided to you, I'll say the residents, because I don't know if you were at that particular meeting or not, in the past as well, which we haven't seen pursued by providing a copy to us as the town. But you're welcome to submit a petition warrant article to have the town upgrade and accept the road and appropriate the money to do that and then maintain it. That of course then comes from taxation and the amount to upgrade the road, and that would happen at town meeting as a petition warrant article. So that is absolutely another path that can be pursued.
Would, you mentioned no longer allowing Army Corps to use that as access. Would that require making the road private?
No.
How do we eliminate them from using that access point if we do not get the town to reclass and appropriate?
So it is still a town road, it's just a class 6 road. So anything that the town is going to do with it, for example, if it needs to be posted as local access only and those sorts of things, we actually have a road committee that has now been, well, I shouldn't say road committee, but safety committee, I think is the road safety committee?
Road safety.
Road
I
safety
guess. Yeah, they
committee.
were just appointed, yeah.
They were just appointed and they're gonna give us recommendations on things such as places that we believe that speed limits are already set but don't have documentation for, places that maybe should have lower speed limits, places that should have signage changed. And so this would perfectly fit into that, and we can adopt it all at once and put up signs like that if we need to. So we can certainly do that, and they can certainly give you all the information when they decide they're gonna meet.
Now, with the petition for the reclass and the assuming responsibilities, can we petition to make it no longer a town road?
Oh, you mean make it a private
Make it a
road?
full-on private road?
I don't think you can.
I don't know. Russ can probably look into it, but I haven't seen it done that way.
I have seen, the only thing I've heard of is the discontinuing of a public access, which doesn't mean it's not closed off, people could still use it.
Yeah, it just means it's gates and bars, but we
It's
can't
gates-
lock it.
We can't lock it. I would have to double check a hard road to travel, but I don't think we
Now-
can just give it back.
With all these options floating around, and I believe it's come up before, but having Bridge House Road be the primary access, as Bridge House Road is a town-maintained road. So they're maintained up into where the Army Corps should be maintaining the trail from that point. So what would we have to do if that is an avenue we would rather lean into?
I think that's kind of dealing with the Army Corps.
I think it's all Army Corps.
Because if the Army Corps is going to maintain that access correctly, after Bridge House Road, then sure, they can decide that that's the primary, and we can actually block things off as well.
So that's a
But-
decision based on them. They can't be told to use that as the access point.
Since they have multiple technical access points, I don't think we're allowed to say they can only do one or another, but we do have control over our roads, so.
It's just, yeah, I mean, I know you guys know this is frustrating for all of us.
Yes.
And, you know, so I think it was last Monday, getting ready to leave for work, Army Corps trucks come down, right behind them is a big 10-wheeler from GMI. You know, they're backing up down wear and tear the entire road, and then they're dumping their material to fix that portion. So from the gate down, they're fixing, but they're accessing a clearly tattered road with a big 10-wheeler to fix their piece, and the rest of it is just kinda, well. So we're just looking for something that's more than just suggestions, or we could talk to someone or see if they're willing. You know, that's why I went with a lawyer, you know, we're looking for some concrete, this is what we can do.
Well, and I don't think we have control of, I mean, I get where you're stepping, you know, like, but after, you know, for them to get to their area that they wanna maintain, I don't think we have control over it to tell them they can't go down
We
that
can't
road.
tell them we can't use access to their
Yeah,
lot.
now,
Yeah.
would that be kinda cool to say, hey, if you're gonna go down there, then you need to take care of this part of the road too, you know what I mean? I mean,
Well,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and again, that's
yeah.
part of the like budgeting that they have, that they just refuse to do, is they do have the authority to get budget to maintain roads that
Leading
have access to
to
their access and their facility.
It would be interesting if, well, it's a class 6, and that's why you're thinking private. You know, you put this big mountain, now they can't get there.
Alright,
But, yeah, I don't, that, I would
I
think we
mean,
need.
part of our road agreement is that the road is passable, so we'd be negating, you know, that road agreement. And like you said, they have the funds available, but will they use them now? Unless they're told.
They have the ability to put into their budget for funds. I don't think they've actually done that.
Right,
Which
and
is-
they probably won't.
Yeah, they don't want to.
Yeah, why would they, if it's just gonna continue on like this and they don't need to shell out any money. Meanwhile, it all still lands on us, and now there's 3 families on the road now. It just seems extremely unfair. I suppose if petitioning to the town to appropriate funds is
Yeah, because
what
we
need
can't just
to-
decide to maintain it. or
No, and
to
I
do
know that, I know that.
But probably the cleanest answer for you is to bring that petition. Because then the town can decide, yes, they wanna do that, hopefully.
And then would we
And then
reach
it would
out to
just be
them?
part of the roads that are maintained by the town at that point. Of course, there are costs with that, and town meeting would have to approve it, but.
But could we, as a town, reach out to the Army Corps?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they, well, you know, you find.
Well, we
someone
tried
that's-
that before, but now they're in the midst of the master plan revamp, so we can actually put on record as feedback to the plan that we don't want them to run a recreation area there unless they're maintaining access to the recreation area. So it's a little different than writing a letter, hey, take care of this, please. The other thing.
Do we have a right to shut down the recreation? Do we have a right to shut down our access to the recreation area? Being a class 6 road and the town owned?
I mean, it's
No, I
already
don't
subject to gates and bars, that's as much as you can close it.
It's still a public way.
It's still a
I was
public
just
way.
curious,
Um,
yeah.
The, something that I think was tried before, but was a different person and didn't have any response at the time, would be to reach out to our legislators.
I had done that,
And-
that fizzled out.
The reason I suggest that maybe we can do something there is that we've now seen for Pillsbury Lake really good action and results by Dan Innes.
I saw that recently,
And
he's one
He's
of,
actually trying to help out people in his districts, and this seems like the kind of thing that he might like to try to tell the
Okay.
Army Corps, hey, you just have to do that because you can.
well, I mean, I can follow up with that, but yeah, I've got the original letter that I had sent to, Senator Innes.
Oh, it was to
And
Innes.
Albin C., and then also the
Okay.
Transportation Vice Chair. And I think the only one I heard back from wasn't Senator Innes, but it was his office.
Okay.
And I replied back to that, and that just kind of fizzled away, and I was on to the next
Do
thing.
we have copies of that letter at all?
No. Did you try reaching out to the representatives down in
I
Congress
could
for the
probably print more
House?
of that. I'm sorry,
It's a
what's that?
federal problem, so did you try reaching down to the House and Senate representatives down in Washington?
Didn't. No, I think this was before one meeting, I forget when I was on, actually, I have the agenda from July 21st, no, I'm sorry, wrong one. I have one January 16th, I'm guessing that was, yeah, 2024. That's when that information was brought in, and I had emailed
Okay.
those people before that.
Now, I would not be opposed to having us follow up with Innes's office to see if they have any new ideas now that things have changed and there's a different process going on with the Army Corps for their master plan.
Yeah, and again, I spoke with Tia that evening, and a lot of it was, yep, you know, all good things to put in the report and in the survey, and talk to the select board, and, you know, I didn't walk away feeling all warm and fuzzy that, you know, that my notes were gonna be, you know, listened to
Now,
and considered.
let's, at a very minimum, let's make sure that the town has an official letter put in for feedback with the master plan.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes, please.
Being a town road, the town road is being used with commercial vehicles, not residential vehicles. Damage is being done to the road, the town road. I would suggest having that detail in your letter, as well as if you can get pictures of what it does to the road for these commercial vehicles on a Class 6 road. And work on a kinder way, and maybe they'll work with you. But I think pictures make a difference.
Mhm.
And I'm sure we have plenty of those. If I don't, I'm sure Dave does.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. for that
Yeah, and he's
action speed.
closer to the action right there at the gate,
Mhm.
yeah.
Now, you said something interesting in that your agreement states that you're maintaining a passable road.
I believe so.
Does, because I'm not looking at it at the moment, I glanced at it, but does it say that you need to maintain a passable road beyond your road, or only for the residences?
I don't believe it does. Oops, sorry.
This is what we have.
They own it, they're maintaining it. Maintenance consists of clearing debris and plowing snow and other various activities. They will jointly maintain the road as described above until such time as Webster may take over this responsibility. And that was Potters and Stevens.
Is there a date
Looks
on
like
that?
the
1990.
Found this one also, this one's from 1989, I believe, but I think it's similar but different.
I wonder why this kept happening. Why did they do that?
This was only Stevens, so Potter moved in after, I think. Or was added to it or something of that nature.
Yeah, I just found records of stuff
Hereby agreed, notified them. The highway is a class 6, by law the town is not required to maintain it, not liable for anyone unknown or traveler using such highway. Fire and police are limited due to lack of maintenance. School children must go to the nearest class 5 in order to get school bus service. And the town records this with the deeds. So, signed and acknowledged by the above named owner or developer, which was Stevens. So.
Leaves a lot of discretion.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was good
That
talk.
was good thoughts.
So yeah, I don't see anything in either of those agreements about maintaining access beyond what you need to get to, like, your residences. So.
How much further is it from the gate to Guy's?
Dave is right there.
Yeah, it's like right
Yeah,
out the gate.
he's got like
yeah.
first driveway and a second driveway, and then the gate's right here, so
Yeah.
it's not feasible to,
Not
he'd
maintained.
be blocking himself in,
Yeah.
To accidentally leave some boulders that fell out of the sky like we've had on other roads.
I know, right? Oh, now what are you gonna do? I
Yeah.
know, right?
Yeah, so I think,
Well, I think like you said, if we put,
Yeah.
at least we can put a request in, that'll help. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of a little out,
if we
a
make
lot
it,
out of our hands,
if
actually.
we make
you
it
know what I mean?
super official in their master plan planning, that the town doesn't agree with them doing it unless they're maintaining it.
And I might have a suggestion. I would find out who at Pillsbury Lake had the connection with, yeah, just 'cause,
Yeah.
again, it's not who you are, it's who you know. And there may be some connection there that, I don't know, just,
Yeah.
I would
There were a
suggest
couple
that.
of people that formed a, like, committee or something, so
Yeah.
the committee wrote to him.
Yeah, but you still don't want them stepping.
Yeah,
Okay. Cause that would be good to know, cause it may be something.
right?
And there again, it's kind of funny to watch any committee or board have different people and different thoughts
Mhm.
as you're going along, and I know it's been a long road to try to have something happen, but you may catch somebody's ear.
Right.
And by us doing that, at least we're trying to do our part as the
Right.
town to say, hey, you know, any Tom, Dick, and Harry can go up and down that road, or when you're maintaining your property, you're using what these guys are paying for, so,
Mhm.
hey, let's help us out here.
Right. Yeah, and it's another avenue that I don't really feel like we want to venture down, but, you know, it's come up talking to friends and family, are you being taxed the same? And I said, yeah, as far as I know. I mean, what would that look like for us not to be taxed the same way, because, you know, we're not really, you know, to get to where we live, we're on state roads, and then we go up a teeny portion of Little Hill, and then we're on our road, so, you know, should we be taxed less? You know, is that something we could pursue? And if we're saving money on taxes, money's coming back to us, should that
So-
money go towards maintaining the road?
So the answer
$50.
there is probably no, and the reason is because in most cases, you have to be granted special exceptions with knowledge that you're not gonna get the same service and maintenance in order to be allowed to do anything on a class 6 road. So whenever that happened for building the homes, et cetera, that, as stated in the earlier one there, it's like, there's this list of stuff that is just not gonna be happen or guaranteed by the town. And so you're unlikely to get very far with the less taxation.
Right, and like I said, that's why, that's another
Though
thing
I,
I've driven
though I
hard
will
on,
say
it's
there
just-
Feels
is,
that way, though, I get it.
there is at least, and it's probably already there, but I know there is at least some form of like, is it a dirt road, is it a bad road, is it a paved road for valuations of houses off of those? So
I
maybe
think
there's
they
something
take out-
different for a class 6 that's,
I think they
I would
probably
hope that's
take that
already
into
there.
account.
I would hope it's already there for giving less value to your place in the first place.
Oh, because of the road.
Right.
Yeah. How many do we have where we have homes on?
I'd have to get out the list.
Yeah, I was
Well,
gonna,
there's at
I just know,
least-
I know several, and
It's
that's,
at least
yeah, the big.
six, maybe 7 roads.
And they go
Some
through
of
the
them are
same
really
way.
small, some of them are long, like Pond, that large section of Pond Hill.
But a lot of them actually have either big parcels at the end or government land at the end
Yeah,
of
or-
them, around here anyways,
Yeah,
which is
and-
interesting.
And so the common, the two class sixes that I know of that have houses on them are of course this one and Garish.
Yep, and then Mutton.
And then Frost Lane.
Isn't Frost private?
Oh, it is
Instead of-
private. There's a
Yeah,
little
that's
difference.
private instead of
The
class
towns-
six.
Isn't Mutton? too?
And,
Well, it's a little
and then,
wishy-washy.
there's there's the other one off of Clifton
Yes, there's a little bit
Bridge.
of Mutton Road that's class 6, towards the
Yeah, I
end
think
of
there's
it.
3 or 4 houses
Yeah.
on that road.
Yeah,
And I think there's government land beyond that too.
trying to think of,
And it wouldn't be a problem for the government to be accessing government land. It's a problem that the government is sending everybody to a recreational facility
Right.
through their maintenance.
Yeah,
to
because of
their
the
land.
black water.
So if the recreational facility wasn't
Because they must
there-
maintain the little grills and stuff down
Yeah.
there, yeah.
So if the recreational facility wasn't doing that and was
True.
changed in
Makes
their
it different.
master plan, then they wouldn't see the same kind of traffic, so
Right.
it would be less of an issue.
It is surprising that they don't have to have more activity involved in that,
Yeah.
but,
Well, it's a long process to supposedly give people lots of opportunity to say something, but it's just like when we do things for, public hearings, you don't always get anybody other than 1 or 2 people that show up that are super interested, so it's a limited engagement anyway, even if you're well publicizing things. But yeah, so, I think we can definitely do that. I know John had wanted to talk on the topic, according to you gentlemen.
Yeah, he wanted to be brought up to speed on it, and he mentioned that he would like to chat about it, so.
Yep.
and
So we can definitely do that, whether it's
we can put it on the agenda for
bringing him
next
in,
time.
having another
for
agenda,
conversation.
or
Yeah.
whether you wanna make it more of a brief to him. Now that we've said a fair amount, maybe he can
Well, I
watch
think he
it
wants to
and
talk to
ask
board
if he's got
members about it,
questions,
yeah.
but,
About the master plan or about this?
kind of the whole thing,
Yeah.
like where we are, what's up with guide board, and why is this a continual thing, and
I think it's because it's his first year,
Yeah.
he hasn't been involved in
Right.
Oh.
previous conversations.
John Clark,
Yeah,
no, for some reason I thought you said somebody else.
Oh.
They go to John Pearson.
Oh, gotcha.
Because he's on.
Oh, 'cause he's on the
Bridge
Bridge House,
That's
yeah.
what I thought you were
No,
referring
John
to.
Clark.
Yep. So yeah, I think that makes sense. Making sure that we've got the letter makes sense.
Yeah, I think.
And I think the most clear-cut, easy way is if you and Dave get together and write the petition warrant article. Because then, if the townspeople say, hey, we want to adopt and upgrade that to a standard road for the town, it's all set, we
we
do
would
it.
also have to get the 25 signatures of registered voters.
Oh, yeah, but that's the petition warrant article process.
Yep.
But assuming that it's on the warrant, if the town says, hey, let's do it, then we do it. And that's the end of it.
So it sounds like, from what I gather, we can maybe be doing 3 things. Notifying Army Corps for the master plan, letter to follow up with Innis. I'll maybe see if I can contact him on my own as well. And then I'll look into the petition process.
And they can definitely help you with the petition process. It's pretty simple, but there are some details of what you want to include in it to make sure it's actionable, and they can help you with that.
Is there any information on the town website, or is it mostly just come in and chat with you guys?
There's probably,
as far as the petition process.
Yeah.
I don't believe there's anything really in detail on the website, but we would be glad to chat with you.
Okay.
and it is the same everywhere, it's a generic RSA. So
Oh, okay.
it's a New Hampshire thing.
It's a New Hampshire
Not a
RSA.
Webster
It's
thing.
not a
Yeah.
Webster, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they can help you through the process with the forms and what's best practice to put on it, et cetera.
Okay.
Did your attorney think of, did he have any opinion on the Army Corps part of things? Because it is a public way for them, in a sense?
So, as you're probably well aware, they don't work for free. He had gotten to the point where he was playing phone tag with Tia, and they may have spoke once briefly, and then it got to the point where, just gonna be paying this guy to have conversations with her, and where's it gonna bring me? So I said, well, why don't we put the brakes on it, let's just kinda go with.
And
what
Tia,
we
what
pulled
she
up.
is from the,
I believe Tia Mercer is, I don't know what her title is, she's the director, or she's.
of the Army.
Yeah,
On
from
that
the
side.
Army.
Of something at that.
She's
Yep.
in charge of the Franklin Falls and the Webster,
Okay.
facilities.
Yeah.
And I don't know what her title is, but,
Uh,
yes.
Is there a
And have you ever spoke to anybody from
opportunity
there?
for us to have her come in for a
From
meeting?
Tia?
She's very,
I've
she's
spoken
very
with
nice,
Tia,
I'm sure there is.
I've stopped in at the Hopkinton Dale location.
That
I've
would
talked
be a
with several
great thing
people,
too, if we could
but
get
it's
her in
usually
for a
just
meeting and have them
talk with
here.
them, talk with them, it's not, no actionable,
Thanks.
they're just kind of conversations.
I didn't know if they could direct you to who you might get their ear and they might say, well, yeah, but the master plan and us writing something,
Right.
I think
right,
that's not gonna hurt.
Right, yeah, I think.
If we can
having
if you can get your foot in on that.
And as I just talked with Denton too, another option is, since Tia actually talks with people, try to get her in for a meeting along with them, and like, let's just all sit down and
Talk it out.
Yeah, and that's all I'm looking for too. Like I said, I hated the whole, here's my letter from the lawyer. I don't wanna present that way.
Right,
Let's
right.
figure this out.
Well, and there again, we only have so much that we can do anyways.
Right.
Right.
And the fact that, I think, and then we all have to talk about the fact that there's quite a few classics roads, and then you upgrade one, how can you upgrade another one, but I think where you do stand out is the fact that,
The rec
and
center.
even us as a town would like to say, hey, what are you gonna do, seeing this as you're making it a recreational area? You are maintaining past the gate yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I can't imagine other towns haven't been through this. And that might be something else, if
Well,
somebody could do a
this-
little research on, like a case where they did do something where it was maybe you're gonna answer my question, but a recreational
Possibly.
area.
So according to Mr. Potter's research, this is the only one in the state that's like this.
Oh, I
Where
find
a
that
class-
hard
where
to
a class
believe.
6 road leads to a recreational site. Like I said,
Really?
I haven't done any of that research myself.
Well, maybe he's right, but geez,
that
this,
really doesn't surprise me, cause
No.
most of the others, like Franklin,
state of New
is
Hampshire.
much more,
it's all New Hampshire
right,
owned property, not government owned property.
yeah.
Well, let's call Massachusetts too, cause that's why they're there.
Yeah, right. So yes, and to your point, if we do something to this one, well, why not all the other ones?
Right.
But because of the rec site, and I think at that last meeting too, I printed off a lot of the Webster cultural history that's down there. And, shouldn't the public have access to that?
Right.
Easy access
I
to
don't
it.
think that any of us are, except maybe at times you'd like to say, fine, if I gotta maintain it, then you stay off it, but I don't think we as a town wanna see that either. Do you know what I mean?
I certainly don't.
Yeah,
But
so-
it was just an option, well, that's just the clear cut, well, that's sorry.
I know,
No
I get
longer.
it.
Yeah, it's certainly not what we wanted to happen.
So are you looking for us to prepare a letter to Senator Innes?
I think to Innis, to the master plan feedback, which may or may not be currently open, so we may have to wait for when they present their newer one, but we should have it done and ready.
Okay. And
And,
you'd like us to invite Tia to a meeting?
yeah, it was the time when he and Dave can both be here and we can all
Okay.
actually sit down and talk
Okay,
with
well, I
them.
know we can't do this by August 4th, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and next month is no good for me anyway, so yeah, we could look into maybe September, October.
Okay, I'm not trying to push it way down the road, but,
Yeah,
I'm also trying to be
Realistic.
May we keep, I'll give this back to you.
I saw that, I wasn't sure what I had on the back, if that's anything I need for my notes.
Okay.
Cursing this select board.
You're not talking about,
Don't trust that guy.
You know, this guy, not girl.
It's not my fault.
would you like me to make a copy and give it back to you, Aaron?
What's that?
Do you need a copy back?
I should have a copy of that on my
Okay,
computer.
if you need it, we
Yeah.
have it.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I suppose in the letter too, I don't know, in my mind, I'm thinking, you know, if that's really true, or we're kind of unique, it really should be considered, because it is unique, and they are
That
asking.
they should really take care.
That's right, that's right, that's right, you know, something to that effect, hey, you know.
Right, I'm
in
gonna
our-
bring the letter to the board,
Yeah.
and, because you're gonna
I
sign
know, but
it.
when I have
Yeah.
the thought, now you should take it, and run it. By 5 minutes, it's gonna be gone.
It's
Well-
right here.
Cause you know, when you start thinking unique, you think to yourself, well, hey, you know, we as a town, you as the person taking care of that property, you know, that road to get there, so that they can maintain it. You know, how many other places that actually happens, it probably doesn't apparently, even though in my mind I was thinking, what? But I guess it does make sense.
David,
yeah.
done a lot of
Yeah,
research on that.
so,
Not me.
you know, yeah, the other day, but you know, that how it is in a unique situation, but it should be something very, it needs to be considered, and maybe when we get that Innes's ear, that would be something that he would really need to think about.
And to your point, since it's federal, should we be writing to our federal reps?
I think Russ asked that, yeah.
Wouldn't hurt. And who might they be? Who's on that? Who knows on that? Who knows their federal reps? I suppose we could, hey, we could ask A&I, or is that what it is? A1 or whatever it is, we can ask them what
Right
to
at the
write
moment,
too.
it's Maggie Hass and Jean
Jean,
Shaheen. There's that Maggie Goodlander, I believe, is our
No,
congresswoman.
it's not Maggie Goodlander, it's, what's his
Chris
face?
Pappas.
Chris Pappas,
Yes.
that's the other one.
No, not ours, though. We're,
Oh.
we're District 2.
Yeah, but Goodlander didn't win.
Yes, you did.
Yes,
Did she win?
Yeah.
Oh,
Jeez, Ross. I even do that.
We'll check it to make
So-
sure we're sending
So
to
we
the.
should set up letters, we should, and we, when we're gonna consider what the letters
Yeah.
have, what the draft letter is and what's in it and talk about that, then John will be here and we can have further discussion
I
about
was
it.
thinking
and-
about the other one.
And so
Yeah,
that'll
I think
all be
we're-
good, and we'll solve that problem as well, so he can be up to speed on everything beyond just what he's heard, watched, et cetera.
See, you know, what's an interesting
Yeah.
thing to look at is how much Army Corps property there is with a town road access to it. Cause, yeah, I'm shocked that we're that unique. I
Well,
don't know
you-
why, just
You also have to
Franklin, you
consider
know,
the size of the Army Corps
Hopkinton?
land compared to our town.
Yeah.
Because our town is a half-sized town
yeah.
in the blocks, because we split with Boscawen.
That's on their property.
And
Not all
so
of
the
it.
flood
No, but most of
area, et cetera,
Yeah,
actually
there's
is a
so many
really
people
large
that live there.
percentage.
Of our property, right? Yeah,
Whereas,
Again, making
even
it
in
unique.
Hopkinton,
Point
it's a
that
lot
one
of
out.
land,
Yep.
but it's not,
as much.
it's not like a half of the.
Or spread over. How about Franklin? Still probably not. Franklin, Salisbury, Andover, all those.
I know McDowell Dam in Peterborough is a class 5 road that goes up there, but
Uh-huh.
that's the only destination.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. Well, it's not that we're not behind you on this.
Yeah,
We'd really love for the Army Corps to take care of that land,
yeah, I think we all.
because they
It
should.
kind of makes sense,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
So maybe by September, we'll have some things together.
I think if we have some generic draft, like some of the draft letter information, let's bring that back at, probably not the first one, but maybe the end of August, so it's not on top of all of the other things.
Right.
And we can dive into that with John about any of the details that he wants to know, ask, or thoughts he has on it too.
Okay.
And that gives us a good framework to be ready for when hopefully we get a meeting with Tia and these gentlemen.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
You'll have time to
Sounds
get
like
it done
the
by
kids just
then,
got out of
won't you?
library.
I know.
Sorry, what was that?
No, I'm saying the kids just got out of library night, so that was good timing.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I did just hear some. All right.
Cool.
Anything further, any other ideas from anybody? Okay.
No, and definitely get everybody involved.
Yeah.
You can, you know, really.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be even people that, you know, that don't have to maintain it, but that are part of, liking to go down there and,
Right, they may just
you know,
not
and
be
they
aware
may
of it.
just make
Yeah.
it that, you know, the more the better, I think is what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say.
no, we'll certainly spread the word. I know there's a few, I'm assuming they live local in town that are daily users of it, so we may just spread the word, like, hey, you know, come.
Please leave a
help us
dollar in the
out.
bucket to help us.
Well, I
maintain it
know,
right.
you know, I know, I can feel it, you'd really like to say, well, they don't do something, then we're just gonna say no. But we don't have that say, but you just want people to realize nothing's for nothing,
Right,
yeah.
yeah, and like you said, they may just not be aware that, you know, we're doing all of the.
Oh, no, I'm
something
sure
like
that some might be and some aren't,
Yeah,
for sure, cause,
Mhm.
you know,
yeah,
yeah, interesting.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
thank you all, appreciate your time.
Sorry we couldn't give you anything more concise,
I know.
but,
No,
I mean, it's
like I
coming.
had mentioned to Dana, I knew I wouldn't be walking out of here with some big smoking gun and have this whole thing solved. It was more or less just kinda,
yeah, let's make sure it
Pick it up.
stays
Yeah.
something happening.
We would definitely feel for the fact of the access part as people, you know, just like the access to the river behind the school. I mean, not a lot of towns have that neatness, you know?
right, right.
Mhm.
All right, thanks again.
Thank you.
Absolutely, thank you.
I'm assuming we won't just get put on an agenda, someone will notify us of kind of the status of these.
Yes, I'll let you know, I'll be
communications.
talking
Okay.
to you, yeah.
Right, very good.
Sweet.
Good question.
Hope you all have a good evening.
You too.
You too. Okay, that moves us on to our old business of Dustin Road and trees. Do we have new information on that?
No, I'm just wanting to know where you wanna go with that. You went and looked at trees.
Well, I believe the question that we left with last time was to find out what/if and how much there was that could still be
Yeah, we did
logged.
talk to
We
him.
did,
Oh,
we
right.
talked, we did, I'm sorry, we did talk to Emmett about that.
Okay.
He did not feel that there was enough to warrant, that would give you enough income.
Even if we went
to-
out and did the parcels that weren't cut before.
That's what he said, yes.
Okay. So I think it would make sense to,
Although we have not spoken with any,
People to,
tree
now,
expert.
now we should get some pricing, probably,
yeah.
Should also
I-
ask for counsel about it.
right.
And we should ask council about the actual liability versus the possible or perceived liability, or I should say the implied by the resident liability, or something of that nature.
Okay.
You know,
On
cause
the
when you
liability.
kind of sit here and think about having public access through a private maintained class 6 road, how come they're not more worried about liability?
Mhm.
And yet we're supposed to be liable for trees that, that seems weird to me.
That aren't even on our property.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Of course, it's a town road, and you're the one that's liable.
Sort of,
well, right,
Although you're not liable in the same ways, but.
right.
yeah,
but
or
it's
why
been my
wouldn't the,
experience
why
the town
wouldn't,
has pockets.
yeah, well, why wouldn't the government be liable for the fact that those are the people, they're the ones making it to where the recreation area, we didn't make the area with little grills and
Mm-hmm.
maintained and, I don't know, it just seems
I'm
like,
just curious as why his attorney didn't answer that question.
well, I found that
So,
funny too.
I think it would make sense to request some quotes for taking care of the trees so that
Okay.
we know what's going on. And worst case, for the homeowner, if we end up not taking care of it, we can hand the quotes over. And
Okay.
we can decide what to do with it. But,
So
I
what
think
I'm
we need to at
asking,
least have that, and does it make sense to request that somebody actually go look at the possible forest capacity?
Well, I think
or
you are-
do we have that from previous?
No, you would need somebody to go take a look at what you're asking. It should be what we are deciding to take down, or what needs to be removed if we are liable to create non-liable. I mean, that's the problem with trees, they're tall and big, I mean, any which way they can fall, and,
Right.
you know, that, you know, all depending on what we own, that's why this is a hard, you know, especially
And-
after seeing the site, it's like you get both sides, but then you
Yeah.
then you could go around the whole town, and that could be
And
partly what
we did also
happens, so
mention
it's-
that, you know, Emmett's down there when he's digging out the sand and stuff with the heavy equipment. So if he's
could he
able to
pull them over?
push them over, pull them over, whatever, we should definitely get at least an estimate from him as well.
I think we should talk about what his future plans are there too, how close
True,
he's
yes.
going to get, what he's going to do, and what, if he would even feel like he could pull them over,
Right.
and, you know, and then that way, cause it wouldn't probably be maybe a dozen, I mean, I'm not a,
I wouldn't say that.
yeah,
Not
maybe
even-
4 or
not
5.
even that many.
Well, I say that because it all depends on, I mean, there's more than a dozen tree there, and you take one down, I mean,
I know.
I've seen plenty of blowovers.
I agree.
So and there again, we're gonna be guessing. Unless you flatten that,
I know.
unless it's just the brushy stuff, right? Unless you flatten every tree there, you take the risk of it falling on its house. Now, some are bigger than others, some are gonna make more damage, some are not, you know?
If you look from the sand pit, you can actually see one that is leaning that way. You can see it really well from the sand pit.
And he might be able to grab right a hold of that, cut it, and pull it over, and
And-
be done
and
with
we-
it if that's
We saw
what,
it when we
yeah.
visited his property.
Yeah, but the
so-
one she's
Thank
thinking,
you
we
for
didn't
doing
go on
that.
the other
Thank you
side,
for
but I
doing
mean,
that.
But we saw it
Yeah.
from his house side.
So I
So-
think it's premature to get quotes, because you
Yeah.
haven't decided what you want.
agreed,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
let's
How does that
have,
get
We'll
decided?
speak with them in a department head meeting perhaps?
yeah, that's what
Okay.
I'm thinking, and then talk to him and say, you know, what, yeah. And at least, I feel like if we do, if he feels comfortable, you know, grabbing it and taking it over
Mhm.
that way, so it's not the ones that, the few that
Yeah.
might cause the quickest harm. I mean, I think what I was trying to say is any of them could go over in a
Right.
storm. We may be able to solve that problem
And
quickly.
And if we do take all of them, then that opens up that creates a channel to the wind, to the trees that are in the middle of his backyard that he says are stronger, but yeah, then you're putting a whole lot more force on them, and those are closer and could fall too. So, and they're not in the most sturdy of soil.
Yeah.
So we definitely should have kind of opinions and
And I think
discussion,
we can start with him because yeah, he'll have the excavator there, he'll be digging and doing whatever.
I think that's the
You know,
quick way
then
to
he
do it
can,
myself,
if he can,
And if he can just take care of it, then
Yeah.
that's awesome.
yeah. That really kind of makes the most sense at this
Mhm.
point. But we didn't get to talk to him last time, because,
Yeah,
He wasn't here.
he wasn't here
Yeah.
because
okay,
he'd been,
let's do
had his
that.
medical thing.
And, you know, sooner than later, so next
Yeah,
part, yeah, okay. And maybe give him heads up if he wants to go take another quick look,
I will, we will.
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and then he can say, well, I think.
Yeah.
And there again, yes, there's one, two, it's really, it's an opinion. It's kinda like when you drive down the road and you watch what the utility people take down and you go, how come they left that dead tree standing right next to the healthy one? I can't always explain why they
Yeah.
take what they take.
Well, they've always told me that they only do it once it comes down.
Yeah, but even on our road, when they're there taking the trees
No.
down, you're like,
So
you're
the
taking
people
that one,
who-
but you're not taking that one? None of
Yeah.
it makes sense to me,
So
you
the
know what I
people
mean?
Money,
who take
yeah.
the trees down are only authorized to go take trees that are labeled. They
Yes.
have their like senior whatever arborist person decide which trees they should. That's the part that doesn't make
Well,
any sense.
Well, I'm sorry I wasn't being exactly
You will
Well,
get
key
to
on
ask
that, that's
them.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
On
I
a
don't
good
care
news,
what you say.
Marlo, you will get to ask them. Their arborist will be in the planning board meeting in September.
Okay, cause, yeah, I get asked a lot by
They
even my
wanna
husband.
cut some trees down on a scenic road, so we have to hold a public
I was
hearing.
gonna say, it's the normal scenic road thing.
Right.
Yeah, it's the normal
Right.
scenic road, but the arborist will be here and you can ask
And that'll
those
be
questions.
fully marked too, so we should look,
Who
we
is
should
that?
look at that, you know,
I'd have to
because
get her name.
that'll be,
Which
She's not
scenic
who I
road
work
is it?
through, it's Eversource.
No, which
no, it's scenic road.
Bashan Hollow
That's Bashan
and
again.
And
Garish.
Garish, yeah.
They usually do that every year or every 2 years. So,
It's probably when they actually send somebody out. No, I'm just kidding. They don't have to treat people guess. I said
okay.
that loud.
I guess in the vein of comment of that, since we're talking about things because Emmett wasn't able to be here last time, we should also make sure that we get the appropriate information for the sand shed stuff. So that that's ready to be presented at the department head meeting next time, like it couldn't be last time. And I guess let Chris know as well, because she'll be interested in hearing it.
Well, we will do our very best, but
But yeah, let's put that
that's
on
not,
as a.
that may not happen.
Okay, so that moves us forward to new business, record retention.
What was that for, Russ?
They need to appoint somebody to represent the select board on the record retention committee.
Oh, yes.
I appoint Dave Hemingway.
Well, I
You
think
can
last time we
Would
appointed Dana.
Yes.
Oh, we don't have to appoint one of us. Oh, did you see how quick I did that though?
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
But don't think my feelings will be hurt if you.
So let me ask here.
I'm one of those people.
We,
Having seen part of the request,
Not history.
we had a record retention committee. It met a whole bunch with the previous clerk and such. Is this just starting up that so that like we can update how long X document needs to be
We're supposed
kept?
to
Or is
meet
this
once a
for
year.
moving everything into
That,
actual
but
paper vision
but
and
we are
stuff?
legally supposed to meet once a year as the record retention.
Okay.
I think the town clerk is very interested in working on this program and to tie up a lot of loose ends that, the former committee did a very good job, and we got to the point where we had a lot of the records filmed, microfilmed, and put on, in digital form. And now, Mary has been working, well, Mary and Stephanie have been working to pull this together. It's a huge job. We have more records to be put on.
And there's a
digitized.
certain
So this-
somebody that has the
And-
talent.
And
There is a talent in this, you
yeah,
know.
and Mary is
Mary is.
the person in the town who is responsible for the town's
Oh,
records.
she is? Oh, okay.
By law, that's.
And she came
her.
with the talent.
And she's good, and she's good at it. So, I'm making a short answer very long, I'm sorry, but, I think it's just to finish what the first committee started.
Okay, so it's more about
Yeah.
the record retention policy than about the like digitization of new records.
I think it's gonna involve some of
I
that too.
think it's gonna be more, I think it's gonna involve more than one aspect.
I
Okay.
think Mary has plans.
Yeah.
She'd like it put in its proper place.
Well, she's a force
With
of nature,
records.
we all know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So having been, at least one of the two of you anyway, was our appointment last
I
time.
was, yeah.
I represent the assessors.
You represent the assessors. What are your feelings and thoughts about that?
I would be very happy to continue.
Okay.
But if a board member wanted to do it, of course.
Well, and it's not to say that anyone can't just show up to the meeting anyway.
Oh, absolutely,
Um,
yeah.
Cause I did that once or twice anyway, before.
I mean, I would go to these meetings anyway, because
Yeah.
I should know what's happening.
Do we have to make a motion?
So I would move to appoint Dana as the representative for the select board until such times as that is rescinded.
Beat it up. I second that.
All in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
sorry. I was trying to make
Rescinded
it.
sounds so final, doesn't it?
So now
Such
we
a
can
hard
just-
decision.
Sounds like I'm
Like,
on my way
Now
out.
we don't have to do this again unless one of the
Well-
board wants it to change or you're not here.
Oh,
Right.
that's why you worded it like you did, I got you.
Yeah, that way he can just say, yeah, I am the representative, I can meet on this date.
I think that might have
instead
been
of-
your language the last
delaying
time
it.
too, but it's been so long that
Yeah.
it doesn't hurt to refresh it.
Yeah. All right.
This is
anything
housekeeping.
Further on record retention?
And he noted it really well over there, so now he can just bring the little thing and say,
Yeah, it's all digital now.
What was the last thing? Oh yeah, the Labor Day meeting, I know this one.
So are we good on record retention now?
Yes.
Okay, so that, yes, Labor Day meeting is our next new business.
Well, as you know, Labor Day is the first Monday in September when we normally would meet. Many times we go to the next day, however, the planning board is meeting that evening, and I will be in Pennsylvania.
And I can't be in two places at once.
So I'm suggesting we meet on Wednesday. Third.
Let's see. Would it make, do you like the idea of Wednesday better, or do you like the idea of just the next Monday on the 8th better?
and, cause it would go the 8th and we'd skip and go to another one anyways.
No, it would be the 8th and then the 15th the week after,
Oh.
but, unless we moved that one too. There is an extra week, there is an extra Monday in September.
Why don't we do that?
Make it the 8th and the 22nd.
Yeah, is that a bad thing?
Then it would be the 2nd and 4th instead of the 1st and 3rd. and
Yeah,
It would be fine as far as I'm concerned.
So are you saying make it September 8th and then go to September 22nd?
Yeah.
Okay.
cause then it would kinda fall, cause we're gonna miss a week anyways, now we're just not missing, yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I told you you weren't gonna get out of a select board meeting that easy.
Well, I tried.
Okay.
Okay. We
Oh,
can
was
do
it,
that.
why, was that an option, him not being here?
He was gonna be on vacation.
The whole week, oh, then maybe we should.
Yeah, because he
No, just
couldn't be there.
I would.
But Russ is gonna be
It would be a
somewhere
really
else.
short meeting. Just like when I wasn't here.
I know.
Well,
God,
thank
good
you,
at
that
something.
will, I
Okay.
think that will work fine.
Is there any other new business that should be brought before us?
I don't have any other
Okay, that brings us to correspondence.
We did receive a letter from the DOT regarding their project with the bridge over Blackwater, and they need to go on several pieces of property that the town owns and around the bridge, and I'm assuming, which I should not do, that there is no objection to them doing that.
I'm fine with them
No.
walking on our public land to decide that.
Yeah, it's
we wanna
interesting
maintain
because
our bridge.
it is public, but
That they
yes.
own.
And
Yeah.
in that vein, in September, or actually it's October 6th, the gentleman, the engineer in charge of this project will be meeting with you to talk about the project.
Perfect. Is that, there's, I wanna say there was somebody that was asking a question about like, what else should be considered at that, like around that and with them maintaining it and blanking on what that was.
You mean as far as the bridge here?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll think of it before he comes.
Oh, was there a question?
Yeah,
I think we were just
something
gonna
about
ask,
it.
are they gonna shut down one lane, how long, I mean, that would be, the people are gonna be worried more
Well, yeah.
about that, but I don't think
That's
that.
logistics though.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be somebody's biggest worry?
Well, he would, I mean, there'd be.
I would expect them to tell us what that's gonna look like,
Right.
as opposed to.
So
we
you
need
think
to
there was
remember
another
something.
question we had?
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, is there other correspondence?
That's the only piece we have.
Okay. That brings us to public comment, of which we actually have a public today.
Yeah, I know. This is interesting. I really like hearing what's going on. I didn't know about the first speaker, so that was very good to hear about.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
And we
thank
love
you.
your input, so thank you for coming.
Yes,
Thank you.
it's very nice to have somebody to actually be here and realize that we do something.
I know,
Well, or that, or to always have as a, you know, there's, you know, do the research and no rules.
Mhm.
Right. Absolutely. Good luck with that letter, and I think if I had one more suggestion,
Yes, please.
would be to CC the gentleman that was sitting here with the correspondence.
Yeah.
That way you wouldn't have to call him, he would know what
I'm sorry,
correspondence went
Teresa, I
out.
didn't quite
CC.
hear.
Oh, so the correspondence, yeah, he should get a copy of that.
Yes.
Well, and I would do
But
it to all the neighbors,
but
there's only
the-
3, so.
Talk,
There you
talk,
go, yes.
I'll wait for the motorcycles. But the talking back and forth was more to make sure that they would know exactly when we would get the meeting together with the administrator, and that may not be the letter or just emails, so.
So you weren't thinking about doing a letter just to make them aware of the damage they've done to the town road from
Oh, I
town to
think all of
entity?
that's gonna be,
Just an FYI, can you help us out with
Yeah.
this? Maybe fix it for us,
Well,
you know?
I mean, I don't know what the damage is.
Well, and I'm not
Yeah.
sure
You
they're,
know, if you could get some
a dump,
pictures.
one dump truck down, but big people.
10-wheeler though, that's
Yeah.
gonna do some damage
Yeah.
on a dirt road, yeah.
I would more expect that it would have been presented that, like, we know that damage happens and
Yeah.
we'd like you to come in and talk with the people who
Exactly.
maintain it.
Yeah,
As opposed to,
exactly.
here's a copy of the damage that the town thinks happened. Was-
Yeah.
We're not the experts, we haven't been
I know.
maintaining it, they
Yeah,
have,
yeah,
so.
Yeah, yeah, just to make them aware, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely on the softer side, absolutely.
So, all right. That brings us to motions and approvals. Feel free to chime in anytime you want. But what else do we have?
Motions and approvals, and I have lots of things for you to sign.
All right. I brought a pen.
Oh, and I do have, actually, if you're doing motions of approval, I do
Oh.
have an item from the tax collector. Because we have a new tax collector, would you like to motion that she's allowed to abate up to $25 on anything caused by clerical type adjustments as Karen King had
As was
that?
previous.
Yeah, had the same,
So moved.
right.
Yes,
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
So that will bring us to, will you prepare things for us to sign and other motions? That's the meeting minutes, which I do have a few comments and corrections. Well, we may want to wait for John to let him chime in as well. I'll provide these, and so maybe in the draft that comes back to us, they can be there. Page 1, line 18, it was just the minutes. John seconded as I was abstaining due to having been absent for them. Page 1, line 36, it reads that Chairperson Hemingway added that he had. That should really read that the road agent had, because it is referring to him in the future after that does as well, and just the way that it's worded makes it sound somewhat like it was me instead of the road agent. And page 1, line 40 is the interesting one. I think this paragraph isn't really stated correctly. This is all about the reimbursements of the bridge and that funding and stuff. So reimbursements don't get returned to trust funds, which is the way that it kind of reads. And since the reimbursements come back into the general and then unassigned funds, then it can be used via warrant article at town meeting without increasing taxes and further appropriating funding for the sand shed project. The way that it was phrased was kind of weird and convoluted. Maybe we talked that way, but
Never, no.
but that could be, I think that should be
Russ and I
more
can work
clear.
on that. Yeah, we can work on that.
And so those are my three for it. And again, I would suggest that we let those edits be made as a draft and then come back to the board with John here so he can approve them and make comments as well if he's.
We thought we
decides
might
to.
fix the date at the top of the page as well.
Oh,
That's a good idea.
I was gonna point that out, but Dave wasn't done yet.
And that's already been fixed.
So,
Oops.
there we go. So yes, now we can, unless you wanna move on them and just get rid of them, that's up to you, but.
No, I
Let John go
think you're
through
just
them.
trying to make sure that we're being representative of what we're saying
Yeah.
and thinking and make sure it's clear.
Mhm.
Yes, and I don't mind that, cause, yes, I agree with you.
Okay, so we will get a draft back for that to allow for John to look through them and make his comments on them as well.
Okay.
So what do you got for us to sign?
Well, and I've got one more thing I wanted to tell you. Mr. Krautman from New Hampshire DES, he will be here in September as well to talk to you about a project they're doing in Knights Meadow Marsh, up off of Whitelands. Now, I don't know, we received,
Let's make sure that, and I'm sure she already does, but let's make
Chris.
sure that Chris and the Conservation Commission know that and that date and their intent
Okay.
to come.
I was waiting for you to set your September schedule so I could tell him when to come, so I
And
will
then,
invite her as well.
Does he wanna talk about Camille's too?
I
always
don't
bring
think
it
he
up.
does. That's not his area.
Well, DES is DES,
DES is DES.
Okay.
Department of Environmental Sciences.
I don't think you're gonna get
And-
anywhere, but.
That would also be
Probably not.
He's fishing game, I
It-
think, too.
you said this is for August or September?
September.
September. So
Well, the animals could be being.
we should
harmed in the river.
already have information for the sand shed building. And if he's here, it would make sense to include, this is our rough draft of what we're thinking up here. Do you have comments of other things we should consider up there before we start moving forward?
I will speak to him about it and see if they need to have someone else come for that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's not blindside.
I mean, and I don't think he's the person for that,
Okay, that might make sense.
you know, but I'll
But it doesn't hurt to ask, right?
I'll ask him.
Yeah.
And if he says, gee, I do both, then I can say, great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing, we have the bill from the surveyor to fix that problem on Clothespin Bridge Road. Where did you want us to take the money to pay for that? Should
What
we
makes
take
the
it-
most sense?
Well, I suppose if you wanted to take it out of contingency, because it's something that's unplanned, there's one, we could take it out of the highway department. Since that's kind of where it came from.
I'm a little hesitant to do it from contingency unless we have to, because it doesn't
Well, it's a small amount.
fully seem that way, and
yeah.
it's a small amount, and I'd
Yeah.
like to keep contingency in case we need it. But also for, like, we generally try not to use contingency, so. That's my comment on that, but what do you think?
Thinking the same?
Would you object if I took it out of the highway department?
I personally think wherever you feel it
Okay, I
is
just
most
wanna make sure
applicable.
that everyone's,
It kinda makes the most sense.
you have any money in your budget, Russ?
Not that much.
Okay, I'll take care of it, thank you.
Okay,
Be lucky if you get a dime from my budget. I'm kidding.
Boy, you tight. Yeah.
No, they're
All
tight,
right.
that's why I don't have a dime.
We have a letter that was written to the family regarding the issue on Long Street. This is the second letter, third letter. I did receive a phone call, I guess it's a month and a half ago now, explaining that they had gotten the second letter,
Yep.
and that they were going to be working on it.
Do we, yeah, let's make sure that John is able to sign this as well.
Well, he said he
He,
would come
he
in.
said he would
Yeah.
want, yeah, he said he would.
I
like
just
to.
didn't, I don't know what his timeframes are, but
Yeah, we'll hold it.
He said he'd be in by the end of the week to sign it.
I know he is the most up to speed on the code enforcement and definitely the most interested. And so, I wanna make sure that he has the opportunity to be in on any of these sorts of things.
He knew a letter was being written,
Yes.
yeah.
Do we kinda give them a, oh no.
Yeah, the deadline's listed.
Oopsie. I don't know how I missed that line, I went down to the next one.
That's an excellent idea, Marla,
Yeah.
we'll put it right in.
Yeah. Boy, that's the
Normally I
smartest
give
thing I've said all night.
There you go.
Oh, God,
I
Mark.
just wanna.
Well, see.
Scanning is bad, I
You
I
were
gotta get
thinking
better.
correctly. You were thinking correctly.
I
This
don't even know.
needs to be there.
Yeah, but how did I go by that line and go to this line and say, well, there's no date?
The auditors had to reconfigure our audit because they had to take into an account the settlement that we had with Mr. Durkin. And so this is a management representation letter that you signed one already, but here we have another one because it's worded a little differently. It's really boilerplate thing. You sign it and I sign it.
So what is the change? Like,
The changes, they've noted that there was $38,000 that came out of the unassigned fund
okay.
to pay for that.
Yeah, where is that in the?
Well, that's not included in this.
Oh,
in this
okay.
stuff, so I don't have that to show you.
Oh, so it's that they changed the actual report, but this is the same.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. They're redating it is what they're doing.
That makes sense.
Oops, it's alive. Okay. Would you like me to read it to you?
Yes, the whole thing,
Well, it's almost bedtime.
in your best Shakespearean accent.
I can't help myself. This is items that Emmett gave me. I need select board members. This is appointing deputy forest wardens. One is for Matt Robley and the other for Emery Eaton. And as it turns out, I guess I sign as the mayor of the town. And so there, I see.
Who are the
only-
current forest wardens?
I am looking that up right now because I thought you might
I
ask.
thought the current forest warden was Rob.
Right.
I believe it is.
So shouldn't he be recommending the deputies?
Yeah, but he doesn't get to sign this. You do.
Right, but he should recommend the deputies if he's the forest person as opposed to Emmett.
Okay.
If that's actually the case. Not that they wouldn't, just to have talked and
I see what
wanna
you're
do
saying.
the same people,
Yeah.
but I'd like, if Rob is the forest manager, I would like to, or,
Should
sorry,
he
the
come
forest
in?
warden.
Should I have him come in or
If we have a, like,
like
I
an
would like to
email
recommend
or
these
even if
people.
he tells us or
Yeah,
something?
whether,
Okay.
like an email or a letter, whatever.
Okay.
But it should probably be
Is it
from
Rob?
the forest warden, not from,
So,
Unless he resigned from it, that's what I thought it was.
well, that could be.
yeah, deputy warden, it says Rob's the deputy forest warden.
He's a deputy too?
Maybe, I don't know.
Who's
I thought
the
it was-
real one?
They're all deputies by the look of this. Somebody's gotta be the real one.
Someone's gotta run the show.
Yeah. So yeah, we should probably look at that, cause that must be old.
So let's know who that actually is and then
This
have
is
that person
actually,
do it.
you're recommending, you're not appointing. The state appoints, I believe, or the forest ranger for Division of New Hampshire Forests and Lands.
I don't have a problem with the people, but I do want to make sure that our forest warden is the one suggesting that we recommend them.
Well, we have several deputies, we don't have just one, is that what you're telling me?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of people listed here as a forest warden, and Stephen Emmett's listed in there as a
Okay,
deputy warden.
all right.
So
So
maybe
who
he's,
do I go to?
maybe Emmett is the
I think-
warden
I
at this
think-
point, let's just know that before we sign it.
I think.
Well,
it
he'll
is.
be here next time, so we'll have him.
Well, and that can be an ask them, because I think we can just sign it in the office whenever
Okay,
it is needed,
all right.
unless there's objections to either of the people, but I don't think so.
No, but I think you're just saying.
Let's just
hey,
make sure the process is
who-
right.
Right, who is the dude,
And that we know who is the point person,
right.
which maybe it is Emmett. So,
Okay, we'll get it figured out. I have cemetery deeds, for select board to sign.
how is the payment and funding happening with this, and what does it go into?
Well,
Because I know that's been, like, it should be this way, it should be that way, we wanna change, they want it this way,
I've
they've
seen
done
a
it
piece
this
of paper
way.
that's quite old that was suggested that of the $250, 200 goes into the trust fund, not the one that you can't touch, but the other one. And 50 goes to the town for administrative costs. And my question on that is, and I think it's a good idea, but I don't see that we have permission really to put $200 into a trust fund without a town meeting vote,
I would agree,
you know,
unless there's some
unless there's
other-
something,
Unless it
so,
was set up as like a revolving fund in the
Yeah.
police department.
yeah.
Okay,
We have to look at that.
so
warrant.
basically it comes in as revenue, and it'll show up as other departments' revenue in the,
Right,
okay.
right. But I think it's good to have, we've never known what to do with it, of course, there's not been really any activity with it either.
Mhm. Is there anything that we need to?
I need to go down and ask
For you,
Mary a
or-
question on that
Okay.
before I have you sign it. Cause I just noticed there's a place for her to sign that. All right, then I have let me give you the oath of officers. This you did last time, and you're gonna sign it where it says appointed by. Those are for the road appointments.
Oh, this is, yeah. Our road safety,
maybe that
whatever
is
we're
where-
called, the traffic committee, there
I'm
we
just
go,
gonna
traffic
call it,
committee.
Yeah. So that,
Appointed by this week.
see if I'm dialing the right number.
Just have dial the main office line.
Put it down now. That makes sense. Who am I talking to? Is this Amanda? Yeah. Good, that's who I thought I was now. Okay. Can you ask Mary if she can come up here, please? All right, thank you. Bye.
Mary to the principal's office,
Yeah.
Mary to the principal's
I
office.
couldn't think of her name. Isn't that awful?
No, it happened,
Hello, dear you.
yeah,
Okay,
right.
all right, I just wanna make sure that that gets done right. This is, more audit stuff. This is just showing that they've done everything we asked them to.
Agreed upon procedures, presentation, reconciliation, MS 61. Okay, as of July, because it was for Karen King, yes.
I think she ran. I can't see.
Presented in
The
accordance.
door just opened, she must have ran.
She must have run.
Run, Mary, run!
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then this is the payroll manifest.
Oh,
Welcome to the principal's
will do it.
office. Yeah.
I know.
Stephanie did.
Right.
You know, I called and I could not think of Stephanie's name. I need your help.
Okay.
Is this something you need to do, watch
it
them
after.
sign? Oh, you do it after, so you don't
Yeah.
need to see them sign it? Okay.
Not
I'm sorry.
technically.
I'm sorry to have you run upstairs.
Would you like to see us sign it anyways?
I'll watch you sign it.
See, now you got it
Feel
done.
better?
Yeah. Well, keep that eagle eye. Thank God you got two.
Can I see your ID, please?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not even like two things, it's one.
Yeah.
Oh, and then there's another one here. Then we'll just give it to you, Mary. How about
Sure,
that?
that sounds like a plan.
I feel like the signing of documents is taking longer.
I
than
thought, I was
normal.
afraid, well, I was afraid of Mary, so I wanted to make sure it's done right.
I'm glad you got somebody to be afraid of.
Oh,
He's very, very.
and that's
brave.
another sale.
These are going like hotcakes.
And we will figure out about the money, where it goes, what
Yeah, I
happens
won't do
to
anything
it.
with it yet. I'll
When
just put it in the-
and how does all of the, like, prices, fees, et cetera? Because I know, does that tie in at the same time we do our other fee schedules, or is this completely separate, or is it controlled by the
I
committee
think you
instead
would
of
need
us?
to have
or-
a meeting with the cemetery trustees.
I'm just curious what
That's-
that process and how it
I've,
goes.
I've not, it's not happened here to my knowledge,
Hmm.
but in other communities that I've worked in, the cemetery trustees come in with a recommendation,
Okay,
Or what they cost.
Yeah,
you know, for sale costs and things
this
like
may
that.
not have changed in years, so it might be something to look at.
yeah, as far as I know, it's never changed
Yeah.
since I've been here.
And then we were gonna look to see when the town voted to apply, how the funds are applied to the trust fund.
Right.
200 to the trust fund and then 50 goes to
Yeah, that's what we.
something.
Because we've been putting into the trust fund occasionally, but,
Not
yeah,
since I've
it-
been doing it.
We haven't really,
oh no, this is the one that we were,
the one
Talking-
that,
this
the
is
one
the
that
one we
we
were talking
cannot
about
touch, we
discontinuing.
have not put any in.
yeah,
You're
this is the
right.
one we were, well, not the one we can't touch, but the other one, it was the one that we were
We-
talking about using and discontinuing, since it's also covered under all the municipal property maintenance.
True.
So-
We used that one for cemetery stone
Yeah,
repair
we used it
last
for the
year.
stone repair, but I
Yeah.
think it didn't quite wipe it out, so, yeah.
I mean, and it makes sense that you would save for things like that.
But that's
but-
also municipal property
But
maintenance.
we wanna see if we have permission to put,
Directly.
if the town had given, permission to put money into the trust fund
Right.
in the middle of the year, for
Mhm.
example.
Right,
Yeah,
as these happen.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll
Rather
hold
than-
on to the 2 checks until I get a clarification of where they need to be applied for Wendy.
Well, we will be back to you
So-
in February seventh.
I will mark my calendar.
Yeah, we'll get you an answer.
All right, thank you.
See you later.
Here are the manifests, and here are the bills. This is a fun part.
Yeah.
Thank you,
You
Mary.
get to answer all the weird company names of what
Yeah.
they do.
oh, we did have a correspondence, and you were on it. It was the Verizon guy saying, hey, when can I come in for a meeting to
Already.
say stuff? So,
They're gonna be here in August, I forget which meeting I said it was.
Okay.
I
I
already
think they're
told
gonna
John
be
about
at
it.
the meeting house, right?
Yes, it's
The
gonna
meeting
be at
house,
the old
maybe.
meeting house. I had set it up before I realized it was the old home day meeting.
Although
They're gonna have
Barbara
fun.
says they've really done a lot of work with lights, so.
well, yeah, I'm not worried about that, but it's next to the tower, so it's not gonna say anything about how effective anything is that John and
Well, we have full
our
cell service
emergency
here
staff
now.
would have cared about, so.
It's really nice to have it, to have cell service here.
It's actually working for you
Yeah,
now?
yeah.
Good.
We finished the upgrade, so, and conveniently that email arrived right after the upgrade went live.
That was my expectation.
Mm. What is it, good things come to those who wait?
Oh, we got trees removed over at Pearson Park.
Yes.
Good.
And one of those big ones that when it came down, it just went into sawdust.
They do sometimes, yeah.
What, prosecution services to Merrimack County Attorney?
There's probably a bill in there that's through the police.
Is that just generic, or is that for a case, or?
It's probably for a generic bill for several cases, but
And
we can look at the bill and see
do
that.
you
was
know
some
what
case.
Nespin is for the annual membership fee?
Nespin, no? That must be police.
I'd be surprised if anything, police annual membership was only $100.
What?
I mean, it could be, but I'd be surprised if it was that
I can go through
inexpensive
my
for
thoughts on
anything.
acronyms.
I'm trying to think what Nespin would stand for.
That's me too.
New
I'm thinking of
England-
either New England or
New England
Northeast.
Police something or other.
Well, there's an S in there.
New England Police.
Placement checks. Oh, another 38,000 to, engineering. Oh, and this is I guess we did two, no, that's
One of
just at
them
the end of the
is,
page.
coming
Oh, no,
out,
it's
the
in
one
that.
in your left hand is a separate account. It is the bond for the Oliver subdivision. And, there's a bill that she's paying out of that.
So what happens, like, stays town property, right? I mean, it's not a lot of money, but this seems a little strange.
Yeah, that should be, I mean,
Is that what happens?
I don't know how that happened. Where
Or no, how
is-
does it work? I didn't know how it works. Cause I actually got thinking about even taking care of the town hall, I wanna say landscape, but it's, you know, mowing and trimming and,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and I see that there's a trimmer that was purchased by the town.
Mhm.
You know, it just, Emmett picked it up, which is fine. Where does that end up?
Where's
And
the actual
Hanford.
trimmer end up?
Yeah, and, you know, would Brenda be able to use it and stuff like that?
I suppose it ends
Not
up
that
at
necessarily
his,
she wants to,
it's his shop.
because we should probably have it here, because that, a trimmer is the sort of thing that we might also use around the solar field.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'd been thinking, and I know this is probably, is a discussion for like budget time, but I wouldn't mind seeing if we had a little bit of maintenance money to
Well, and.
do a little bit of maintenance around the town. I mean,
Yeah, I
we're still
agree.
talking about the painting, correct? That's gonna happen, we need to get that in
Well, I
there.
hope so.
Yeah, and then I would like to see that there would be some kind of, I guess I was thinking what you were always been wishing for is, you know, that guy to do a little bit of shoveling in the winter, the kid or whatever, and a little trimming and weed pulling and, you know, maintaining. I
There's a
don't know
lot of
who-
maintenance to be done.
Yeah, so that we have a little
On
bit
this
better
side of the
representation.
building, I've spoken with Emmett, and he said he would help with that. But over the time, the gravel has built up at the end of that driveway, and it doesn't allow drainage here. And it's like
It's
Lake
funny at the end of
Webster
this one, too.
to get over.
It's kind of that maintenance you do at the end of any time, any spring, after you plow and
Right.
sand and all that.
I'd like to see the barbecue pit go. I did call, I haven't talked to Dave Richardson, but I left a message for the church and said, no one's ever used it since I've been here. And I'd like to, I think it's not doing any good sitting there.
Unless they're gonna start having.
There's a
big
lot of
barbecue.
minor things that really wouldn't take a lot of money to fix.
Well,
up.
I think that's, I think, you know, I think what's, as you drive by and we do budgeting and
As well as the
everything.
solar field.
Yeah, do
Yeah.
a little bit of maintenance on that, trimming, you know, even a little bit of, a little barking, a little lawn, just a little maintenance so that, you know, we rent the hall out to people.
I-
It'd be nice for it to look a little more,
I was
Presentable.
thinking that if we, of course, the school mows our lawn, and they do it on a riding lawnmower in about 86 seconds. And, you know, just, it doesn't get the attention it really should have.
Well, somebody put some bark and stuff around the school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
No one put bark around for me. Yeah.
No, but I would like to.
We're still in a meeting, and it is being recorded.
Cute.
I just like how she popped her head around after.
So, yes,
So
we need
this
someone
is
to
a normal
shovel.
string trimmer.
Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is and I think who mows out front, was that something, who takes care of the police station, and is that something you can have where, is it something Brenda would be interested in doing? Would it be something that whoever maintains what they do now interested in putting a little money aside for
Well, I would say we-
presentation of our
Yeah,
buildings?
I agree.
I think that's a great discussion to have at our budget time, and I agree.
Can you not forget it?
I probably will.
Can you write that
Um,
down? Because we don't talk about that necessarily.
The question this brings up is, I know that the town has some other equipment that is occasionally used by Emmett and such for, and I don't remember what it is. Maybe it's like a brush for clearing sand or something like that.
Yeah, it could be a little broader.
But there's something of that nature. And the real question for me is, where does it go? Where, and sit and get maintained, and do we need to include, place for that to go when we do the sand shed? Or in the case of something like a string trimmer, where does it sit so that people can use it? Whether it's, Brenda or somebody else that, should be able to.
Right.
Clearly, somebody did it up at the safety building, because this is for the safety building and
Yeah.
from the safety building account, or requested from that.
Okay, yep.
So, what's being done and by who, and can they do it down here too, and where is
Yeah.
it being kept?
Yeah.
Like, we need to know that.
It really, I don't feel like it'd be a lot of money to maintain some landscaping at both buildings, really.
I don't either.
And I think that it shows especially where, this is
It shows that we care.
Right, and people have events here, besides us having our events here, and I just think that we got it nice and paved, when the wall's been fixed, now let's
Yeah.
give it a little sprucey-woosey.
The trimmer would be very helpful, because in between the handicapped, as you know, there's that, all that
there's,
growth and stuff.
yeah, and I mean, we could put a little seed down and, that
Yeah.
wasn't, sorry.
I just wanna see what.
Send
Put a
us
little-
out,
And little bark here and there, that wouldn't take much.
Right.
It would be cool to find somebody that wants to do a little bit of shoveling and a little bit of that,
You were right, it is police. New England State Police Information Network.
I just wasn't there yet.
I just wanted to let you talk.
We didn't know what it stood for, yeah.
Oh, you asked that question too. But that just maybe I was thinking that the other day and then I don't always
Well, I think,
remember.
Marlo, I agree. I think we need to do a better job taking care of the building.
And what are we doing? I know we've talked about it, and I'm sorry for asking this question if it's right. What are we trying to accomplish with now that we got the heater and everything in place, painting and, do we have any, we don't have any quotes or anything
The
yet.
paint is supposed to happen from the,
The
I don't
paint
think it's
is,
gonna happen.
the inmates at the state prison are supposed
Okay.
to do. We'll have to buy the paint.
Okay,
We have checked with him a couple times, the
John.
lieutenant or whoever who runs the crew.
Yeah.
And he says he's going to do it, we don't know when.
Okay.
But I am a little concerned if we get too far in the season,
It probably wouldn't be a bad thing to say, hey, is this really viable to happen this
Yeah,
year?
we've done that.
Oh, okay.
Becky's getting a little sick now, I think.
So
But-
what,
Yes.
so what if it?
Didn't John say he had like communications with him or something
Well, that's
last
'cause
time?
I think it was Steve
Oh,
that
Steve.
did it, but,
Okay, yeah.
but I'll
Yeah.
try it again.
And let
Um,
me ask you this question, if they don't, do we have a backup plan?
We do. Yeah, we should. We have the money.
I think we had some quotes previous that probably are not valid anymore.
Yeah, we probably have to have it re-quoted. I don't think we have the money, because we have $12,000 in the town hall. Oh, no, we haven't deposited this year.
And we have done some of the work
And
that
we're going to be spending $2,600 to fix the well that I had to have fixed the other day. Which,
Speaking of stuff being fixed, what's the story with the generator?
it's running, it's fixed.
Okay,
It was a motherboard that was stuck in a cycle.
okay.
I am having a disagreement with the generator company, because I had to have them come out twice, and they billed me twice, so,
Pointing that out and you're not getting anywhere, you don't think?
you know, but,
Sounds like they didn't do the job right.
so, well, you know, sometimes you just have someone that does these things that you know you're not gonna get along.
We should find out about that.
Didn't you get that impression?
And who hired, like, the trees being taken down? Is that,
I think that was
You mean
Brenda.
Brenda? Okay.
for the, park?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brenda.
In that, I think we had agreed to that number?
You had.
Okay.
You had,
Alright.
and
Oh,
also
sorry.
the trees down at the other cemetery, the River
Mhm.
View Cemetery, that's supposed to happen the end of August. I have a postage that was paid for.
Didn't we just do this?
Yeah, we buy a lot of postage,
And it's getting more expensive.
and we got Visa again. And we've been having fun charging everything.
And so when they do a quote for taking down trees, that's something that Brenda gets?
I believe that Brenda went over that with you at,
With
Yeah.
that?
budget time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dave,
I'm
remember?
gonna do that. So I wanna see if the Unitil bill doesn't tell me anything.
Good luck on that.
I don't understand why they can be so elusive and
Was there something with this, or? Oh, you've got it, oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Cause I'm looking at the Unitil thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Commercial, G2 rate. Man charge.
We'll sort through this
fund.
tomorrow, because I won't be here and you'll need some things,
Okay.
such as the letter.
Oh, yeah, because I'm gonna be doing the next meeting.
I'll be here at the next meeting,
Oh,
but,
never mind.
but you'll be doing the agenda,
Oh.
like
well,
you normally do.
That'll be fun.
And you'll be sending out the packet.
Oh, that'll also be fun.
and we're so crazy, I don't even know if you got time.
I'll figure it out. I get planning board packets and ZBA packets.
He knows
Oh,
how to do it.
I don't know, put the packet together. It's just a matter of getting all the right stuff for the packet. Which, of course, that's a whole other
This time of
ballgame.
year, it's really pretty light.
That's the
Yeah,
good
So
part
we
of
did
this time
take
of
care
year.
of all the
And I think I've given
credits
up
with
on
metering.
our Civic Plus people when they called you to ask us for
Oh,
another
they sent me an
software.
email, and they wanna sell us a totally different service.
And they haven't responded to me to the services we actually asked them for prices
know.
on.
I know.
So I think I'm done with that company. I'm
Isn't
gonna
that
send them a
something?
polite email about it and say, well, you know, it's nice of us, you guys to call us and ask us if we want X, but we still haven't received a quote for what we did want. So I think we must start looking in other directions.
Well, they're offering software that will put together an agenda,
Oh,
and you can have it too for like $4,000, and
I think I'm capable. I think I can type 2 lines.
Is it time to put your glasses away?
You may need them, Marlo.
You never know, this meeting can go for another 2 hours.
Yeah, so this includes another of these action for net metering, because we,
Once a year, we
Did
get
stuff.
billed for,
yeah, how much
you know, we
extra.
overproduce is what
Mhm.
happened.
So let's see, when is this covering? 2024 post. I wonder if this is just because of the way that the percentages are done? Or did we get one for each of the net meter accounts?
We
or
did.
from-
We
Okay.
did, yeah, there's, should be too many.
Well, does that just come out of our electric line then?
That's why I took it out,
Okay.
yeah.
How have our rec payments been coming in?
They've been
Good.
working fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the other one. In theory, we won't have that problem anymore for, after this year because of the heat pumps in here. Or at least for one of the accounts, we shouldn't.
We won't be having one.
That, letter of how much you've overproduced.
Oh, you think
Because
we'll
the
use
heat,
it?
the heat pump
Oh,
should use
okay.
it. At
Okay.
least for that half of the account,
Oh, okay.
so.
Turn on every light you got for us.
No, I don't wanna hear it from Wendy.
I'm sure we're still gonna be owing, because, you know, heat pumps are the most efficient way to do things, but they're not, low powered.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'd be interesting to see, I'd be curious.
Anything, further for us for,
I think I have exhausted my folder.
Yeah.
do we get to get out of here now, or do you have us a non-public this time too?
No, I do not have enough.
Okay.
See, this is what you call
We'll
vacation.
start with looking towards the.
All right, so I would move that we, close this meeting at 8:16.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah. They, you know, they would